What's up, Taiwan? How's it going? I'm Liao with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's largest opposition party, the Kuomintang, has stirred controversy after sending a letter of congratulations to the Chinese Communist Party on the first day of its 20th Party Congress. Bing Wang reports.
Seen on Chinese state media, a congratulatory letter sent by Taiwan's main opposition Kuomintang, or KMT, to China's ruling Communist Party on the occasion of its 20th Party Conference. The letter has raised eyebrows in Taiwan, as in his opening speech, Chinese President Xi Jinping promised to bring Taipei under Beijing's control. There's little support for unification among the Taiwanese, particularly among younger voters. With local elections a month away, KMT Chair Eric Chu explained its party protocol to send a congratulatory letter to every Chinese Communist Party conference, which only takes place every 5 years.
依照惯例，没有任何特别的地方，但是我们还是强调我们的立场，捍卫中华民国，守护民主自由，维护两岸和平跟区域和平。
But not everyone is convinced by Chu's explanation. Already strained relations between Taipei and Beijing worsened after the Chinese military conducted large-scale drills surrounding Taiwan in August. The Chinese government claims Taiwan as part of its own territory and has not ruled out the use of force to take it, an assertion Xi reiterated in a speech to the Party Congress.
但绝不承诺放弃使用武力，保留采取一切必要措施的选项。
Taiwan's foreign ministry rejected the Chinese president's stance.
台海跟区域的和平稳定是两岸共同的责任。那台湾也不会接受中国任何片面设定的这个终局。
Both Taiwan's government and the KMT are stressing the importance of maintaining peace and stability in the region. But the opposition's courtesy towards Beijing at a time of increasing Chinese military threats could be damaging for the upcoming local elections. As Liao Zhou and Bing Wang for TaiwanPlus.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says China has begun speeding up plans to take over Taiwan under Xi Jinping. During a discussion with former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice at Stanford University, Blinken said the status quo that has seen Taiwan and China ruled separately has been maintained successfully for decades. But he said China has changed course, threatening a conflict that could cause economic pain around the world.
There has been a change in the approach from Beijing toward Taiwan in recent years. And instead of sticking with the status quo that was established in a positive way, a fundamental decision that the status quo was no longer acceptable, and that Beijing was determined to pursue reunification on a much faster timeline, and if peaceful means didn't work, then it would employ coercive means, and possibly, if coercive means don't work, maybe forceful means to achieve its objectives.
Taiwan has once again not been invited to the annual Interpol General Assembly, which is taking place this week in the Indian capital, New Delhi. Interpol, short for the International Criminal Police Organization, facilitates worldwide police cooperation. Taiwan has been trying to gain observer status at the organization since 2016. But Interpol's General Secretary says Taiwan cannot attend or have observer status because they officially view Taiwan as part of China. Taiwan's foreign ministry has expressed dissatisfaction over the decision.
台湾身为国际刑警的社群重要的一员，我们有高度的意愿跟优异的能力来为国际共同打击犯罪、跨国的犯罪来做出贡献。但是因为中国政府的横蛮的阻挠，台湾无法参与 Interpol 建立直接而且及时的情报的交换。
It's emerged that a large chunk of Taiwan's record military budget will be spent on personnel and maintenance. An initial budget plan sent to lawmakers for review on Monday shows that over 30% of the $18 billion budget will go towards salary and benefits for Taiwan's troops. Another $2.8 billion will go to maintenance and logistics, specifically fuel, spare parts, and ammunition. Taiwan's defense ministry says that maintenance is becoming more important as increasing activity by Chinese forces near the country mean it must frequently dispatch planes and warships to monitor their movements. Taiwan's defense ministry has said that any military plane from China that crosses into its territorial airspace will be deemed a, quote, first strike. To find out more about the implications of Taiwan's new defense policy, our reporter Jaime Okan spoke to Ben Lewis, an independent defense analyst based in Washington, D.C.
So the defense minister has said that any fighter jet that crosses into Taiwan's territorial airspace would be considered a first strike. Can you explain what that means?
And basically what MND is saying is that, we've seen planes go into the ADIZ quite a bit, but never into the territorial airspace. And the rule is now that if you fly a military aircraft to our airspace, we'll consider that the first shot fired of the war. And so the interesting thing is, in my opinion, that Taiwan has always held the policy, we're never going to fire the first shot. But in technical senses now, flying an aircraft isn't firing a shot, although really if you fly into the territorial airspace with a military aircraft, I don't really know what your intent is other than to start a conflict. But Taiwan may fire the first shot of the war. And that's a very interesting and I think very significant change of policy by the MND. But I do think it's a smart call.
So can you explain the significance, like you talked about? So the significance of Taiwan making it clear where it draws the line in terms of defending itself?
I think it's very significant because, like you said, in deterrence, ambiguity is very important. But I think it's very important that Taiwan asserts its sovereignty in this way, because the PLA is going to push as far as they feel comfortable pushing. And if there was not something said, I'm not entirely sure that an aircraft wouldn't have violated territorial airspace.
Taiwan ranks 5th in the world for internet freedom and is 1st in the Asia-Pacific region. Now that's according to U.S. research organization Freedom House. The organization's Freedom on the Net 2022 report named Russia and Myanmar among countries that have clamped down on online access this year. It warns authoritarian states are trying to export their models of digital control to other countries. But it also noted Taiwan is among a group of countries pushing back on such efforts. In April, Taiwan, along with 6 other countries, including the US and Japan, agreed to promote the free flow of data while keeping best practices for data protection. Of the 70 countries Freedom House surveyed, the nation with the worst environment for internet freedom was China, a position it has held for 8 consecutive years. Good news for animal lovers. Leopard cats have been spotted using an animal crossing made specifically for them. Liao has the details.
Elusive felines photographed at last. After almost 2 years, specially made animal crossings in central Taiwan's Miaoli have been used by endangered leopard cats, the species they were originally intended for.
我们也发现到有一对15的母子从这边来利用这个通道来通过。那我想我们后续还会再继续来做一个这个监测。
The crossings were made to help animals safely cross a river without venturing onto dangerous roadways. They are the first of their kind to be built in the country. Leopard cats had previously been spotted climbing on top of the crossing, but not actually going through it. Other animals, like civets and even house cats, have been taking advantage of the crossings too.
是确定了，就是这种动物通道对于动物来说是可利用的，所以呢，后续其实当然就会希望县府或是相关单位可以在本来有造成阻隔的，不管是道路或者是溪流，应该是可以应用的。
The leopard cat is Taiwan's last surviving species of wild cat. More of these crossings could help the animals thrive and get them off the list of endangered species. Kama Xu and Liao for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. I'm Liao. Take care and see you next time.